Hi, I'm Gordon Baird, and welcome to Fishtown Express. Often in a barnyard, just the change of one thing can cause a chain reaction that leads to bigger things. Sadly, that happened on our little farm last week. The overnight maelstrom that swept through Sunday night a week ago pushed over an old cherry tree heavily festooned with bittersweet and wisteria, both climbing vines. The tree had overhung our main paddock for Mr. Donkey, Goat, and Mr. Piggy for decades. Its base was a swirl of different climbing roots and fat tendrils, and it had been a source of just out-of-reach frustration and temptation for the goat in particular. Now, you might recall previous tales of this notorious goat, the great destroyer of fences, pounder of gates, and escape artist numero uno in our menagerie à trois. Plus, chicken flock. Veteran of over 150 escapes, knockdowns, climb-overs, post uproots, wire scalings, and just plain leaps off a rock, high jumping over the fence, this big goat was an Olympic-class escapee. Yes, he caused us to revamp our entire fence system that had served us for 25 years of livestock. But he always did it with a big grin on his face, and, tail wagging, ever optimistic, he would simply run around to the front of the paddock gate and wait to be let back in to begin his next escape. He drove me crazy, but he was an extremely nice guy about it. Well, last month, on our first vacation in 10 years, we were texted from 2,500 miles away that the goat was dangling upside down from the top of the wire fence where he had gotten his hoof caught during an over-the-top breakout. The farm sitter had to call the vet to stitch him up and a carpenter to repair the fence section. Even in absentia, he was a player and a big spender of our money. But back to Sunday. Overnight, the mighty tree cracked and drooped its huge branch load of leaves down into the animal's turf, overhanging like a teen washing her long hair for the prom. Mr. Pig and the ever-wise Donkey stayed put inside their abodes, but the rule-breaking goat ventured out into the vile, thrashing night to consolidate his gains. Yum! That forbidden wisteria was now within his reach, and he wasn't going to waste any more time. He started eating, wolfing it down as fast as he could. And as the night went on and the wind blew even harder, he ate and ate and ate and ate and ate some more. He didn't stop. We found him the next morning, completely bloated, like an overinflated Macy's Thanksgiving Day parade balloon. 4 feet protruded in rigor mortis. Huge! He had eaten himself to death, literally. He had a queer smile on his frozen face. It might have just been rigor mortis, but like Nelson Rockefeller, he died overdoing bliss. The internet confirmed that wisteria could indeed cause him to founder if he never stopped eating it. He died the same way he had lived, pedal to the metal. If it felt good, do it. I can still recall him scratching his entire body, dragging his sides along the fence to soothe his eternal itch. He taught me that life doesn't always conform to your patterns of expectation. Just because we, our fences and animals, got old, life is young and of boundless energy, and it wasn't going to play by our antiquated rules. He taught me life lessons and forced me out of my comfort zone to deal with a new reality, not my old reality that we'd known for so long. As Bob Dylan once sang, "Come, mothers and fathers from throughout the land, and don't criticize what you can't understand. Your sons and your daughters are beyond your command. Your old world is rapidly aging. Please get out of the new one if you can't lend your hand, for the times they are a-changin'." Well, I'll miss that goat. He was a menace, yes, but he was a great guy. I can still see his tail wagging away, ready for another day of competition.